Think about this for a moment. In today's world, there is no shortage of information. Knowledge is everywhere: videos, courses, opinions, and every single day, our minds are being flooded with new data. But ask yourself an honest question: as information increases, is our understanding deepening at the same rate? Or are we just memorizing things without truly grasping them? This is exactly where the book The Disciplined Mind begins. The author, Gardner, argues that the true purpose of education isn't just to provide information. The real goal is to build a mind that can think deeply, understand things at their core, and apply that understanding to real life. Today, most people know a lot, but they truly understand very little. And that is the fundamental difference between a disciplined mind and a distracted mind. This book powerfully explains that discipline isn't just about habits or routines. True discipline lies in your way of thinking. A disciplined mind is one that refuses to leave things at a superficial level and chooses to explore them deeply. In our fast-paced world, we want quick results, instant answers, and overnight success. But deep understanding always demands time. Here's an interesting point: most of us mistake memorization for learning. We memorize facts and definitions, only to forget them a few weeks later. Why? Because we never made that knowledge a part of our thinking. We only stored it temporarily. This book teaches us that real learning happens only when an idea actually changes the way you think. Gardner emphasizes that to have a disciplined mind, you don't need to know everything. Instead, you need to understand a few significant things deeply. Today, the problem isn't a lack of information, it's that our attention is scattered. We jump from one thing to another so quickly that our minds never get the chance to develop mastery in any subject. The book also explains that deep thinking is often uncomfortable. When you try to understand a complex idea, you feel frustration, confusion, and your patience is tested. This is the exact moment where most people give up. However, disciplined people stay with that discomfort. They focus on developing a correct understanding rather than searching for a quick answer. True intelligence isn't just about collecting information. It's the ability to connect different ideas, see patterns, and think independently. But independent thinking only comes when your mind is trained and disciplined. The modern world is constantly trying to break our attention. Notifications, short-form videos, and endless scrolling are training our brains for shallow thinking. We are slowly forgetting how to focus for long periods. And when focus disappears, deep understanding goes with it. That's why building a disciplined mind is more urgent today than ever before. Your mind takes the shape of whatever you give your attention to. If you constantly consume quick entertainment and surface-level content, your mind will adapt to work that way. But if you build habits of deep reading, thoughtful learning, and focused work, your mind begins to become powerful. Mastery doesn't come from shortcuts. In any field, be it music, science, business, or communication, real mastery belongs to those who continue to learn with discipline over a long period. In the beginning, progress feels slow, but eventually, that consistency transforms into extraordinary understanding. A disciplined mind isn't just important for your career, it changes your entire life. When your mind is trained, you make better decisions, you are less affected by distractions, and you see the world through a deeper perspective. We are talking about how to develop deep focus, how to apply disciplined thinking to daily life, how to shield yourself from distractions, how a disciplined mind leads to long-term success and clarity. A disciplined mind isn't something you are born with, it's something you train. Gardner reminds us that deep understanding is a slow process, while the modern world has addicted us to speed. If you treat learning like consumption, it will never lead to transformation. Real growth begins after the boredom and discomfort set in. Disciplined people don't run from that boredom, they sit with it. This discipline doesn't make you rigid, it makes you open-minded. It allows you to explore new ideas without losing your direction. Repetition is often seen as boring, but it is the foundation of excellence. Whether you are an athlete or an entrepreneur, mastering the basics through repetition is what builds strength. In the end, your mind is your greatest asset. If you don't train it, the world will train it for you. The question isn't whether your attention is going somewhere, it's whether you are consciously choosing its direction. If you want clarity, mastery, and real growth, start giving your mind the discipline it deserves. Don't fear slow learning. Don't run from deep thinking. Because those are the very things that will make you extraordinary in the long run. Remember, a distracted mind collects information, but a disciplined mind builds wisdom. If you enjoyed this book summary and it made you think deeper about your focus, please like, share, and subscribe to Sky Book Summary. I'll see you in the next story of another great book. In the end, we must realize that our mind is our greatest asset. But here is the hard truth. If you do not take the time to train your mind, the world, with its endless advertisements, social media loops, and constant noise, will train it for you. The question is never whether your attention is being used, the question is whether you are the one directing it. Choosing a disciplined mind is a rebellious act in a world designed to keep us distracted. It means choosing quality over quantity and depth over speed. While everyone else is racing to finish the next viral article or skim through 100 headlines, the disciplined mind is the one that stops, reflects, and truly understands. This path isn't easy. It requires you to embrace the silence and stay with the problem until it makes sense. But the reward is immense. This depth becomes your ultimate competitive advantage. In a world of shallow knowledge, your deep wisdom becomes a rare and valuable currency. When you discipline your thinking, you aren't just becoming more productive, you are reclaiming your freedom. You are no longer a slave to every notification or the latest trend. You become the architect of your own thoughts, capable of making clear decisions even in the middle of a storm. So, if you want clarity, mastery, and real growth in your life, start giving your mind the discipline it deserves today. Don't be afraid of slow learning. Don't run from the frustration of a difficult idea. It is exactly in those moments of struggle that your mind is growing stronger. Start small, stay consistent, and remember that mastery is a marathon, not a sprint. Remember, a distracted mind merely collects information, but a disciplined mind builds lasting wisdom. If this summary of Howard Gardner's The Disciplined Mind helped you see your own potential in a new light, then please hit the like button and share this with someone who needs to find their focus. For more deep dives into life-changing books, don't forget to subscribe to Sky Book Summary. Let us know in the comments, what is one thing you are going to focus on deeply this week? Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep your mind disciplined. Thank you for watching.